Hello everyone, welcome to our penultimate video. As I mentioned in the previous video, this module is going to look at promotion strategy and how to shiny up an offer in terms of value. So there are 3 points. The first concerns the definition of promotion, because as you will see, it does not necessarily mean a price reduction. The second point looks at adding value to an offer. And finally, we're going to look into the more widely accepted meaning of promotion, namely the discount. So, what does promotion actually mean? Well, promotion is the act of promoting. But what is promoting? Promoting is improving the visibility of something, in our case an offer, in an attempt to increase sales of a product or service. These days, the definition you're more likely to run into is how someone working in sales would think of it. So a short-term reduction in the price of a product or service, so sales, vouchers, free samples, competitions, that kind of thing. These are more commonly known as promotions. As I said, we're going to return to look at this more closely in the third point. But now that you know the nuances of the definition, let's move on to point 2 while I've still got your eyes and ears. So, as we've just established, promotion in accordance with the actual definition, not the sales definition, is not synonymous with price reduction. This is because a lot of the time, by lowering the price, you give the impression that the quality of the product is also lower, and thus you might devalue your property in the eyes of potential buyers. Promotion, literally putting something forward, in the hotel industry means adding value. It can be the quality of the room, offering extra or personalized services, or offering an enriching experience to sell more rooms and to sell them at a higher price. For example, if you sell a price rather than experience, i.e. a low-cost room, you are only selling that. The customer will only be interested in that. They'll be interested because the price is low. And the competition can play the exact same game as you in this case, and the winner basically ends up with all the business technically, but probably with a margin in the minus. So who cares? It's a race to the bottom. This is why it's better in the long run for you to put forward that you are selling something else, a specific, more personalized service, a unique, different customer experience from what is commonly done, what's commonly available. And like that, it will be much more work for competitors to line up alongside you. The fact is that a guest that comes to your place because it is cheaper will just as easily go somewhere else if it's even cheaper again. Alternatively, if somebody comes to your place because they like the look of the place, they like the atmosphere, they like the decoration, they like the service, these are things that they cannot easily find somewhere else, then they're more than likely willing to pay a little more for that. Certainly more than your average bargain hunter. And if you get customers like that and you treat them well, then guess what? They might be yours for a lot longer going forward. It's like this. What makes you different is your strength, and that's what you need to push. Anybody can knock €5 off a room, but only you can be you, so lean into it. But how, you might ask? Like this. By describing your offer in terms of value as best as you can on all the channels where you're selling your rooms. Okay? You need to get it across to potential customers exactly why it's better to stay with you than with someone else. Get your Hemingway hat out of the cloakroom and write some great descriptions of your services, your establishments, and the experience you offer, all right? Cynics can doubt all they want, but the research has been done on this. Good descriptions foster sales. Playing on the added value of your offer is very effective, especially in high season, because less people will be playing the price game. Competing hoteliers will be looking to make money, and more guests than at any other time will be looking at value more than price. This is exactly the moment to double down on your offer in order to attract the right customers. The ones who want to pay for quality, who know a good thing when they see it, and if it lives up to what they read about, they will return and return again. And then, when all that's done, you still have your off-peak periods when it's appropriate to play the price games. There are good ways and lazy ways to do this, and you know which we're going to do. We're going to look at some proven, effective methods of promoting via discount, which rather than being a race to the bottom, I'm going to show you ways where you can sow a few crops when there's a drought, let's say. Which of course means we can put a line through point number 2 and Move on to point number 3 to find out all about how to use promotion when by promotion we mean discount. While value promotions are intended for periods of high demand, discount promotions are the order of the day during low seasons. There are, however, right ways and wrong ways to do them, and we're going to look at both. So, first of all, we're going to look at some of the ones maybe you should avoid. So, last minute promos. You'll end up doing these if you don't make enough of an effort to fill your hotel in advance. If you don't anticipate the peaks and valleys or engage in a strategy that employs effective revenue management, you'll end up dropping tomorrow's room rates into the £5 bin, and then what happens? Guests will start waiting until the last minute to book, thus throwing your plans that you might have into complete disarray. You'll find yourself understaffed with a hotel full of people who are aiding you in barely scraping by. This can and should be avoided. Then there's promotions to match the competition. Not a good idea either. It is a serious mistake to lower prices if a competitor lowers prices. We've said it already, but I'll repeat it. It's a race to the bottom. The best way to think of it is that this competitor's hotel is an entirely different beast to yours. It has different services, ambience, and whatever else you might think of. You might as well lower the price of pineapples because the regular apple man is having a fire sale. What makes sense for them may not make sense for you. Trust in yourself and in your business. If a competing hotel jumped off a cliff, would you jump off a cliff? Exactly. Then there's panicked promotions, guys. It's all in the title there. Not good to panic. Panic promotions are often implemented because of a lack of confidence in the revenue management strategy and the timing of the demand, let's say. Now, this is a human reaction and it's understandable, but you have to learn to trust in the numbers. They do not lie. The only reason you might make a mistake is if you misread the figures or analyze them badly. But with all the exercises we've already done in this piece of training, you have all the tools in hand to do effective revenue management, okay? So don't panic. You're a revenue management guru, okay? You don't need to be afraid anymore. Then there's vague or teaser promotion. So let's look at an example. Let's say you see a site that displays something like 50% off in March, okay? Here the message is not clear. What is the basis for this promotion? Who is the promotion aimed at? The guest has no reference for comparison. 50% of what? This type of promotion will only attract customers who are interested in price and nothing else, and therefore volatile and not loyal. So then there's the OTA promo. To speak frankly, the worst kind of unhealthy promotion is these discounts on OTAs. Like, unfortunately for them, there are still many hotels that let platforms like Booking.com or whoever else offer discounts in their name, even in times of high demand, right? So on top of the commission that they have to pay, their rooms are sold at a lower price than they should be. So in the end, how much money goes into their pockets? But then there are healthy promos, all right? So for example, pre-planned promotions. With good data analysis, you know the low demand periods in advance, so you can anticipate what you're going to do, right? So promos can be set up well in advance for specific periods, allowing you to fill your rooms well in advance, and then you can withdraw the promos as you get closer to the time in question. Promotions that have a clear objective, also good. So by setting out with a goal to achieve, promotions will make much more sense and be easier to implement. For example, your objective might be to motivate customers to book as early as possible or to attract a specific clientele, such as American travelers during their holidays. So then there's promos with strong hooks, okay? The best promos are those that are aimed at a specific segment, okay? To attract these kind of customers, you need to sell them the dream. And you know what their dream is because you have stepped into their shoes or the shoes of the personas to try and perceive your hotel as a guest, okay? So be proud of your establishment and the services you're offering. Showcase it to them in strong words and with an authenticity that will really, really speak to them. With this strategy, you are addressing customers who are interested in an experience, not a price. Then again, sounds simple, not a lot of people doing it. Promos that are well communicated, all right? For a promotion to work, it has to be visible, and for it to be visible, you have to have a plan, a communication strategy beforehand. Whether it's on your website or on social networks, you have platforms at your disposal that can easily highlight the offer that you are promoting, okay? Don't hesitate to call on a design professional or something to build a great promo. There are cases where this is the case, and this is one. You might have to spend money to make money, but you will make money. Okay, so to finish this video, I'm going to give you the steps you need to take in order to create a solid promotion. So you start by looking at the demand calendar that you created earlier on in these trainings and identify a period of low demand. Next, you select a segment from those you have identified that you wish to target during this period. Choose the type of promotion you want to create. Is it a percentage less on the price, a fixed amount to be subtracted, a service offer, a package offer? Choose how to promote your promotion. Will you put a pop-up on your own website or do a competition on social networks? Prepare the design, text, and conditions of your promotions so that you only have to put it live when you want to launch the promotion. Be clear on your conditions because it can turn against you. So think of indicating the start date and the end date, the amount of the promotion. Specify if it is on the price HT or TTC. If there are exclusive conditions, for example, the promotion is valid only for customers that have a loyalty card. So, keeping all that I've just explained in mind, and go back over it if you need to, I'm going to ask you to construct 2 promotions that can be implemented on your property in the next 6 months, right? Pause the video to get through all the points discussed. And the last point takes more time, so you can resume the video when you get there, all right? Well done. You made it to the last point, all right? That's an axe through point number 3. And that's it for this video. All right, guys, have a good day. And I'll see you in our last video. I promised myself I wasn't going to cry. See you soon.